when you're putting the title into a live stream for whatever reason.
Get cool stuff like clips, tourniquets.
That's kind of random.
Yeah.
There you go. They definitely want them to have bad. What do you call them?
Oh, I don't know what you call them.
Misunderstandings or whatever.
Oh yeah.
The seems to want to cause. What do you call them? I was watching one earlier. The guy went to type Mr. Beast, and I think he hit instead of the he typed MRE instead of like MR period, I think.
Oh.
So it's like MRE Beast. I'm like, all right, so meal's ready to eat beast. All right.
Yeah, MRE Beast. That's a really well-known streamer, millions and millions of viewers.
Right.
People are just fascinated with fucking military food. Like, it's crazy.
Right. Yeah, especially trans in the military.
Oh yeah, it's a real trend amongst the trans. Oh god, speaking of trans and Mr. Beast, that whole story's gotten crazier and crazier.
Yeah, no, that is why I said the trans in the military thing.
Oh yeah. Don't know if you watched the video I posted by the fucking, it was like a no-name YouTuber. Let's see. Oh no, that's our DMs. Of course that's not gonna have the video I posted in the Discord. Boy, I'm smart.
I think I did, but I know I had watched a video of
man walking away. Yeah, it's one of those dumb MRA channels, like the ones where they're like men going their own way thing. Like, and the thing is, it may not be a dumb channel of that, because some of those people are pretty reasonable, but some of them are just fucking out of their mind.
Oh yeah.
Like there's
the
like
MRE MGTOW especially. Most of MGTOW just seem like angry spurts to me, dude.
A lot of it just ends up, it's like they have valid complaints. And then, for some reason, they just take it to this weird extreme where it's almost like a fucking religion or something, and make it just take it so far beyond any sort of reasonable issues.
Yeah, it's like they get like almost homicidally angry.
Like one of the big things, you should be able to just walk away from child support. Because men don't have a choice in whether or not women have an abortion, and so they should be able to just not pay for the kid. I'm like, no, your choice was before you fucked her.
Yeah.
Like, sorry, dude. I know that seems really unfair, and I can understand being unhappy with it, but that's when your choice is.
Yeah. Yeah, use a condom. Or get really good, like learn to love pulling out.
Yeah, exactly.
One of the two.
There's no way to get around that responsibility for society in large. Like, it just doesn't work if you just can just walk away like that. That's just absurd.
Yeah.
But anyway, so it apparently they have put out there's a whole lot of Discord messages and stuff, like terabytes or something, like crazy amounts of Discord messages.
Yeah, I think I heard like 500,000, and I'm like, that's
something like that. Yeah, it's gonna be a
yeah.
long time going through them before we start hearing anything. I'm not going through them. Somebody else is. But it's going to take a while for people to go through them to really come out with a lot of the crazy shit that's going on, like more stuff. But it looks like it's absolutely 100% the case that Mr. Beast knew about, like, the thing beforehand.
Yeah. Yeah,
like, it looks like he might have even participated in some of it and shit. And I like, until anything comes out, it's all alleged. No facts here. This is just what I've heard from other people's videos, but, like, it does not look good for Mr. Beast. Like, it looks like he is ready to get fucking canceled. Because the other thing is he's got employees coming out and saying, like, hey, homie isn't actually doing random giveaways. They're all family friends of him and his crew.
Yeah,
So like
that
this
was an
money's not
interesting
actually going to random people. It's just going to him and his family and his buddies.
That's dude. If there's any
Highly
proof of that,
illegal.
that's gonna be fucking
Highly
crazy.
fucking illegal.
Yeah.
That's
Mhm.
extremely illegal. Like he could end up in jail, I think. I'm not sure. I'm
Yeah.
not sure how those laws work.
Yeah, there was a guy. Yeah, that one's a little different because I know the guy that there was a guy that did something with like a McDonald's giveaway thing, where he was basically pawning all of it off on like friends of friends, family of friends, or whatever. I know that guy went to jail, but I'm wondering if it's different because it's his shit or something. Although most of the giveaways are probably in conjunction with something else, right? With like a company or something like that.
I
I don't know
don't
really. I don't.
know. I don't know how it works because I never watched Mr. Beast shit, and I don't watch those kind of things just in general. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
I'm just not
me
a
neither.
like. That's not my kind of entertainment.
Yeah. I'm not. Yeah, I don't watch. Well, I don't watch anything of Mr. Beast really, but yeah, it's. I definitely wouldn't watch that. For most people, I don't care about the giveaway shit. I also kind of assume that kind of shit's going on. You
Yeah,
know?
exactly. And like, well, there was a thing. There's a gal that does like a cooking channel, um, mostly baking and stuff. Rosanna Pansino, and
Hmm.
she was in a Mr. Beast sort of contest thing.
Hmm.
Uh,
Okay.
Sorry, I was taking an aspirin. Um,
Yeah.
she was in a Mr. Beast contest thing, and it was a sort of contest for hiding or something. And apparently, only the person who won was allowed to hide in the ceiling. Everybody else was given explicit directions, including this other person, but everyone else was given explicit directions not to hide in the ceiling because that's where they had their supposedly had their wiring and everything set up. But this one person who ended
Mm.
up winning that contest that she was in was given free reign to do so.
Okay.
So it was like inevitable that that person won
Obviously,
because
set
they
up.
were hiding in the one place no one was going to look because they weren't supposed to be there. So like they
Mm.
clearly set it up so that was the person who was supposed to win.
Mm.
And so it's
Right.
just
Right.
yeah, it's crazy. Like just to think of the scope. And Rosanna Pansino is one of those people who like I'm not a fan, but I don't think she's a dishonest person.
Right.
Like I've seen
Yeah.
her. I was a fan for a long time, and then she got super like superficially like TV kind of channel. You know, it goes from being
Hmm.
like a real baking channel to like just doing TV shit like fucking Martha Stewart kind of crap. And like no more swearing. We're gonna have, everything's got to be kid friendly, and we're gonna do all these things, and just suddenly we're gonna have a totally different look and be like super fake and shit. But as far as like as far as like what kind of person she really is, it seems like what she might be behind the camera. I don't think she's a dishonest reporter. I don't think she would have put that out if she thought it was in any way
Yeah.
untrue.
Yeah. I hear you. Yeah.
So it's kind of a shame because I mean he's worth what 700 million. I think they were saying $700 million. So you got
Yeah.
to
It's got to be
assume,
something.
and he's his whole basis is buying his audience with like we're gonna do contests and giveaways and free shit, and if you're not a member of the audience you can't fucking get the free shit kind of thing, or you gotta watch to know where to go to get the free shit. So it's all fucking candy floss and bullshit essentially. Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
I can only imagine how many millions of dollars more than that is involved in like the fraud aspect of it, because it's just been going to like friends and family, family members and friends of the crew, like all these other people that are not actually random like it's supposed to be.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm curious to see what the fucking eventual numbers are, because the numbers are going to be fucking bonkers.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts, man. Yeah, he's right up there as far as uh, pretty close to one of the fucking most popular YouTubers. Yeah.
I think he might be, yeah, if not one of, he's got to be top 10.
Certainly. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, it's pretty fucking nuts, dude. The whole thing is just a bunch of fucking insanity.
And here's the thing I gotta wonder. Why do all of the YouTubers end up fucking around with kids? What is this weird fucking connection?
Yeah. You got Dr. Disrespect doing the weird shit. You got this guy doing that. It's curious. It's hard to tell if it's do they seek out that audience or do they just fucking?
Oh, maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's because that's the audience they get, and so like they get people throwing stuff at them. Because like I'll tell you right now, like the number of underage people who have hit on me in VR chat, fully knowing I'm a 44-year-old man, is fucking crazy.
It's surprisingly high. Yeah.
Well, the number should be 0, and it shouldn't be like, on an average night 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
Like I know I have a nice voice or whatever. People tell me I have a nice speaking voice or whatever. And that's really all they have to go on there. Because like they have no idea what I look like. They definitely wouldn't be hitting on me if they knew what I looked like. But it's like when I go hang out in places where there are kids, I kind of have just stopped doing that because it gets really gross. You know what I mean? Like at a certain point, you're just like, I'm not really interested in this anymore. Like because it's just as much as I like doing the mini games and stuff. Like it makes me feel really uncomfortable to just constantly get hit on by like fucking 13-year-olds.
Yeah. No, it's very fucking weird. Yeah, it's ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think never had that happen. But I would imagine it would creep me the fuck out too.
Right? Yeah, exactly. And so it's one of those things that's unfortunate, whatever. So, but I just mostly do karaoke and other stuff now.
Yeah.
But so, I mean, maybe it's that they just get like enough DMs that eventually like they just don't realize that somebody's that age or something. But I mean, I don't know. It's just the whole thing is just like so fucking weird,
Yeah, maybe it somehow becomes normalized or something in their head
because they just interact with so many fans that are so underage.
Yeah.
To me, it's like you can't. Like, how do you not? Because they're underage, and like to me, I don't understand why you would want to hang out with anybody who's that much younger than you. Just as a general like, even just hanging out, like
kids that age are fucking are just annoying as hell, dude.
Having them in like a video game I'm playing is like, oh, okay, whatever, no big deal, right? But having them be like, I want to like hang out with you and like have a conversation or like any sort of real, like more than like, oh yeah, that guy's over in the fucking corner, shoot him. Like I can't imagine why I would want to have more of that conversation at all. Like that to me is just sort of
that's why anybody that does that on a regular basis, I kind of assume wants to fuck kids.
Yeah.
Like, why the fuck else would you be interacting with them for any length of time? You know what I mean? Outside of, again, gameplay or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't know. It's just the whole thing is so strange. So I don't know. Like, it's just weird that maybe that's why they choose YouTube.
Yeah, could be.
Because they know they'll have access to younger people.
That kind of audience.
Because it's got to be... You know what? Narcissism is a big part of it. Because I'm sure there are people out there that are, like, attracted to kids that just don't do anything. It's the people who are like extreme narcissistic and like sociopathic who have like no empathy. Like those, I think, are the people that do that, because I think those are also primarily people that like do rape. I don't think rape is. I would be shocked if you found that many rapists who were not like narcissistic or sociopathic in some fashion.
Oh yeah, no, they basically they essentially just view
other people
kids or all people really,
disposable things for their pleasure as objects.
Yeah, exactly. It's like they have no, they're unable to conceptualize people as actual people.
Yeah.
They're just things to use and abuse.
Oh yeah, exactly. And so maybe that's just why they seek that. And that seems to be like a fairly high proportion of what do you call it? YouTubers just in general, like the really well-known YouTubers just seem to be kind of like a lot of like narcissists and stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of narcissists and sociopaths end up in like YouTube.
Indeed.
So
yeah, I never. Yeah, the Dr. Disrespect, I never thought about it because I just never really interacted with him or followed him at all. But then I started seeing the shit, and I'm like, this guy's a fucking. What the fuck? Like, I don't know. He's just like, it's a guy that's in like his fucking 30s, 40s. Like,
and wasn't
acting
he like
a child,
like a 16-year-old or something?
Yeah, I don't think the age has ever been determined yet.
Of the person he was fucking around with? I thought it was like he was fucking around like a 16-year-old or something.
Yeah, it was definitely somebody underage.
Like, it was like somebody that was like in the same age range as his own like children, which was kind of like what made everybody kind of go, ew, you fucking gross.
Yeah. Yeah, but his content was fucking.
Oh, I never watched his shit, so I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I've only seen, stuff that's shown in reference to, his downfall or whatever the fuck. But just a little bit, I'm like, this is fucking trash. Like, yeah, of course, dude. Of course, kids. Like, this is the kind of shit that only appeals to children.
Oh, yeah.
Or mostly only appeals to children, I would say.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's why all the booby streamers why everybody's so up in arms against like booby streamers and stuff like that on Twitch is because they're like the primary audience of Twitch is like 8 to fucking 15, 16 years old or something like that. Like that's where their bread and butter is. And so it's although they say they're 18, so they don't have any limits. Like, all kids, I'm sure, have an account. Oh yeah,
that has their age as them.
Well, and they have 18. They have like hours and hours and hours to just hang out and watch fucking random live streams doing just dumb weird shit.
Yeah,
and they'll find it entertaining that somebody doesn't know how to cook a fucking boxed cake. You know what I mean? Like, that's entertaining to them. Like, most people are like, that's fucking infuriating. How are you this fucking stupid?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because that's what when I'm watching people cook on like YouTube and they're like, oh my God, I can't figure out how to make this boxed cake mix into a cake. It's so hard. I'm like, you're fucking dumb and I can't stand you and I want you dead.
What do you normally have to add? Like water and eggs, basically?
Yeah, and sometimes oil. And once in a very, very long while, it'll have like a small can of chocolate syrup.
Yeah. It's insane if you can't do that.
Yeah, the whole concept is like, it's like the guy who called so we have an emergency on-call thing, right, where I work. So if you're like at work, you're the only person there, you don't know what to do, your manager's off because it's like 7 o'clock in the evening or whatever.
Right.
You call the on-call if you need something and they got you, right? Like they'll answer you and stuff.
Right.
There were 2 calls, notably, that are the dumbest fucking things I've ever heard in my life. And that would be, number 1 was there's 2 full stoves and ovens in one of the programs I work at, right?
Right.
And they couldn't get one to turn on. So they called on call. What do we do? I couldn't turn on the stove. And they're like, well, did you try the other stove? Nah. They just fucking tried the one. They didn't even consider like, oh, hey, there's a second one I could try, and that might potentially, do something for me there. That might be, somewhat helpful. I mean, like, just the level of fucking dumb. The other one is, those fucking frozen vegetables with the little vent, and you steam them in the bag, and it says like steam in bag, microwave X number of minutes on the front of the fucking package. Yeah, this dude called on call because he couldn't figure out how that worked.
Jesus, dude.
And you know what? On-call was fine with it, by the way. On-call was like, I know that sounds like really fucking frustrating, but I'd rather that they call and ask really stupid questions than not call and not know what they need to know.
Yeah.
So they were like, no, it's really dumb. It took me, 5 seconds to get it done and whatever, and it shouldn't have needed my help. But I'd rather they call than not call.
Yeah, have them to call and ask a stupid question instead of not calling and doing something stupid, I guess. I can see the logic there, I guess.
Oh, yeah. It was pretty funny. And everybody gets a laugh out of it. I'm sure whoever made the dumb fucking call is not real thrilled with it, but, like, that's just how it is.
Oh, yeah, dude. Yeah, if you're that stupid, just accept that you're that stupid and embrace it.
Yeah. Well, better to fucking ask than fuck it up and not get the right answer. What if you, what if you did the wrong thing?
Indeed. So, it's win-win. You don't fuck something up and everybody gets a good laugh besides you, I guess. Or the guy, whoever asked a stupid question.
Pretty much. So, there's that. But still, like that whole watching somebody fuck up a cake thing is just, like that level of dumb on internet stuff. I can't do it. The funny thing is I could do it in real life though. If I got to sit there and watch somebody and be like, you're the dumbest person on the planet. Like, how are you not able to figure out how this fucking box of cake mix works? Like, in person?
Yeah.
I think I'd be into that.
It is hilarious how stupid you are. Yeah.
I think I could do that. But that would be...
Yeah. I could probably watch like if it was like a quick summary or whatever, like a little short of what happened with this cake thing once, but I wouldn't bother after that doing it again. And be like, oh, okay, that was funny the first time. I'm done with that.
It might be, yeah. If there's no fucking improvement over time, that would actually be really infuriating.
Yeah, where you're just at that point, you're like, dude, just whatever the issue is with you, you clearly are not cut out to do what you're trying to do, and you should probably just stop.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, if you can't cook a fucking cake, dude, how do a cake make, dude?
There's a lot of them where they just don't know how to do it, and it's like I think the one exception to that is going to be for me is going to be somebody who's clearly under the age of 21. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like they're young enough that they might not have had much experience because some people's parents do everything for them.
Right.
Like, it's a sad fucking reality. But, it is what it is.
Yeah, it's very odd, man, because I feel like, part of the job is, preparing your kid to be a fucking adult, right?
Right, yeah, my parents had me doing, fucking, laundry, my own laundry, when I was in junior high already. Pretty much the point at which you would probably not want your parents doing your laundry anymore. I was doing my own laundry and learning how to cook scrambled eggs and make rice in a pot, cook some pasta, make spaghetti or something. Real easy fucking meals. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I cooked a lot when I was a kid. Obviously at first for a while. Obviously, they're supervising me, and once they know I understood, what, not to do, what to do, that kind of shit, they were kind of okay with me doing whatever, trusting me to not fuck shit up.
Yep, you gotta sit there and like help them crack eggs and cut fucking potatoes and shit for a while with like a like a weak knife.
Right.
Oh, good lord! I had too much cheese on my quesadillas for lunch, and now I'm fucking gassy.
Yeah.
But that whole thing is like that genre of streaming I can't watch because it's like the live streaming stuff. I can't watch that shit. Like where they're going out and just like harassing random people.
Oh yeah, dude, that's pretty infuriating, dude. It's like, these aren't pranks. You're just fucking with people. How the fuck do you think that qualifies as a prank?
Oh yeah. Well, and the other thing is, they're the kind of bitch that's like, if you get beat up for this, and you should, in some of these cases, like it's like fair.
Yeah, it is kind of surprising that it doesn't happen more often. Them getting the shit beat out of them.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's actually a really good point. It is kind of rather shocking that they don't get that beat out of them more often. None of them look like they know how to fight. Like, I saw a video earlier today where, like, the two people were, like, it was like a road rage thing. Like, one guy pulls over and cuts off the other guy and gets out of his truck to come back, and they start getting a little bit physical. But they're doing that sort of flaily thing where they don't...
Yeah, they don't know how to do it.
Like, the guy throwing the punch clearly has never thrown a punch. He's just kind of waving his arms at the guy. Limply, like they're fucking like curvy and shit, like they're not even like straight arm punches. And then the other guy's just sort of ducking his head forward and keeping his head down while he's waving his hands over. You know what I mean? Like waving his hands to sort of like protect himself, but like randomly because he's not really looking at the guy punching him. And I'm just like, man, both of you should never do this because one of these days, one of y'all assholes is gonna get a fight with a guy that knows how to actually fight, and it's gonna be fucking on like Donkey Kong. Like that guy's gonna rock you the fuck out, like so hard.
The fuck out, yeah.
But they all seem like that guy to me.
Yeah. Like they're kind of counting on, like they want to act tough, and they're kind of counting on. Like the other person, like not engaging back with them. And they're gonna find the person that does, and that person's gonna knock them out with probably one punch.
Oh yeah, easily. Man, but I'm interested to see what the numbers are with Mr. Beast. I'm interested to see if it has any effect on him at all. Because I think one of the things you've seen with Twitch and stuff, with like the fucking booby streamers, is they can do whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah. Their audience isn't really going to give a shit. Still keep watching.
And they don't get banned. They don't get in any trouble. There's no legal repercussions regardless of the laws they break. Like. So like, say somebody's booby streaming out of like Texas or something. There are laws about what they're doing in Texas. Like they're making that content in Texas. The thing that gets me is like, how come they can do these obviously illegal things and not face any actual legal repercussions?
Yeah, just nobody's bothering to either report them or whoever the reporting to.
Or the people in the state don't bother to, like, all you have to do is just like fucking collect the fucking VODs or whatever, like record the streams.
Yeah. So yeah, I have to assume they're just not bothering to, like, don't give a shit, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know.
Whoever the authorities are.
Like the one lady who threw her dog. Like, that's not legal. You can't just throw your dog like that.
Yeah.
You know, that's actually like a fucking felony in a lot of states. Like, why is she not facing any legal repercussions for that? Like, she did that on a public fucking video.
Yeah, stuff like that's very odd. Yeah, that shit angers me. I don't know why I did this. I think this was actually yesterday. I was like, I wonder, uh, like with a dog like a golden retriever, like, is there anybody that actually abuses a golden retriever? And of course there is, because fucking people
Oh,
are.
don't look that
Yeah,
up. Never look up animal abuse. No, it doesn't matter what it's
yeah,
from.
no. Yeah. No, it was a huge fucking mistake. I was so furious, dude, and so like
Because
it was just
animals
so
can't do
fucking
anything. They
sad.
don't have like opposable thumbs. You know, like they're not able to like fight back when you kick them or hit them or whip them or whatever these fucking sick fucks do. You know, it's like,
Yeah, they got the dog specifically to abuse it
oh, the one
because they're
that gets
sick.
me is like the horses are one of the worst to see.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Because horses, oh my god, the number of people that get horses and then can't afford to fucking feed them because they're too fucking stupid to think, oh, I could just, I'm gonna just feed them from my lawn. Like, they don't think, like, oh yeah, you have to get them, like, grain and straw. Like, they can't just eat grass, dummy. The only reason that works with wild horses is because they have miles and miles and miles and miles of area to travel all the time. That's why they're constantly fucking walking and traveling, and they're not in the same fucking place day after day because the fucking grass is, there's only so much grass.
Yeah,
and
they gotta wait for the fucking shit to grow back before they go back to any kind of
exactly.
any area.
So they're constantly moving and stuff over, you know, hundreds of square miles. But the funny thing is,
I mean, you'd think looking at a horse, at the size of a fucking horse, that it would be obvious that they need a lot to fucking eat. You know what I mean? It's a gigantic fucking animal. Yeah. Now, I'm sure my little fucking half-acre lawn is going to be able to feed this horse indefinitely.
So a lot of people do that, and horses can get disturbingly skinny.
Yeah.
Like skinny to a point where you're like, oh, that's just not right.
Yeah, where it's literally, you can see their ribs easily. You can see other muscles, or not other muscles. You can see other bones that you should never be able to see on any animal.
Exactly, and it's just brutal. And because they're fenced in, so like they can't go do anything. Like they're just fucked, and they just die slowly. You know, it's like there's nothing else for them to do.
Or like, have you ever seen the ones where like they never bother to like clip their
hooves and stuff? Yeah, I've seen some of that too. That's fucking terrible. Yeah, I made the mistake of watching some of those animal cop shows, and man, the horses were the most brutal. The dogs and the cats were heartbreaking. Like they were all sad because, you know, they're
it's all fucked up. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I've seen a horse with like, it looks like they're wearing fucking shoes because they're fucking never have had their hoofs, filed down or whatever the fuck they do. I don't know how it works exactly. But
So it's a combination. They have the shoes that are nailed to there, and then their hooves get filed down.
Yeah, or they're able to run around in enough area that kind of gets worn down on their own, I think.
Yeah,
maybe?
But they still need maintenance. You know what I mean? It's like you still have to have a certain amount of maintenance. You can't just like, you just can't just let them go. Like they still have to be checked and stuff because also, like they got rocks and stuff stuck between like the hooves, in areas of the hooves, or like between the shoe and the hoof or something, and that can cause like an abscess where it'll like get this all sorts of fluid and stuff and like kind of fuck them up.
I watched a lot of Dr. Pol, the vet guy, the old vet from I don't know where he's from, but it's not America. It's somewhere in like Norway or something like that. Some Scandinavian country, I think. You know what I'm talking about? Dr. Pol. He lives in like Michigan, I think. But yeah, he does a lot of that shit with taking care of cows and horses, and seeing the fucking how bad the hooves can get fucked up, man, is pretty crazy. Yeah, and that's people that actually take care of their animals. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes, especially if you have a herd of fucking cattle, you're not going to catch that shit right away until you notice, like, oh, okay, that one out of these thousands seems to be limping a little. Let me have this thing checked out. But yeah, then you'll see him cutting it out, and then all of a sudden there's just a bunch of blood and pus coming out of the fucking hooves when he hits that, that spot. Yeah, it's
really gross. Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
God damn. Yeah, I was just picturing that in my head. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's fucking gross, dude. But yeah, so like I said, that can happen even when, with people that really take care of their animals. So yeah, I can't, watching somebody who's obviously too lazy or just too fucking mean to not take care of their fucking animals. Yeah. Or that just literally only have them to abuse them. Yeah, it's hard to fucking watch that shit.
Oh, wait. What's this male boxer? I missed this one.
Oh, yeah, remember the Olympics? The Olympics are happening.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I'd forgotten about that. There's all sorts of shit about China doping their fucking players.
Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, there's two, I don't know the guys, their names or whatever, but there's two, like, weight divisions or whatever, that there's two trans females that are fighting boxing against, biological females. So the Olympics is allowing that shit.
Oh, gross.
Yeah, so the one fight that I know that's happened so far,
dude. That's just wrong.
Yeah, no, it's fucking ridiculous, dude. It's fucking absurd. Yeah, it's again, it's one of those cases where you're letting ideology.
That's one of those things where social media needs to absolutely fucking destroy those dudes.
Oh yeah, no, a lot of people are, dude, but yeah, it's still happening. Like in that fight, apparently that first fight that for the video that I shared. The girl got hit like twice, and after the second one, she's like, "I quit." And she's literally saying, "I've never gotten hit that hard. I've never gotten hit that hard." So yeah, so she was smart enough to just fucking nope the fuck out. Yeah, what I'm hoping happens. Anyone ends up getting drawn up to fight either of those two, just don't even bother getting in the ring.
Yeah, just walk. Just
forfeits. Yeah,
walk and make it clear why you're forfeiting.
Yeah, let that dude, let those two dudes stand up there on the podium, not having fought anyone the rest of the way, because nobody's gonna fucking step in the ring and potentially fucking die. Or get their face, like it's pretty hard to break like an orbital bone or like, you know what I mean? Like bones in the face are not the easiest to break. And that's kind of the shit that starts happening when you have biological males that have been, females for like a year maybe or whatever, or pretending to be females for like a year or whatever, punching them in the face. It'll break their bones, their face bones. So yeah, I'm literally hoping again every forfeits, but like I'm assuming you're not a huge Olympic fan or whatever.
No,
but
I don't really watch much of any kind of sports.
Okay, I'm assuming you're somewhat familiar with the medal ceremony. Like they have the podium, like first guy, whoever gets the gold medal is on the top of the podium in the middle. Then there's one that's slightly lower down for the second place guy. And then there's one slightly lower down on the other side for the third place guy, because you get the gold medal, the silver medal, and the bronze medals for first, second, and third. So I'm hoping, those two just never fight anymore. Everybody just forfeits, lets them win, and whoever finishes second and third just doesn't bother to go up to the podium. So those two assholes can each, take their turns standing up there on the podium in first place all by themselves. And hopefully the crowd is either walks out or boos the shit out of them. So yeah, that's what I'm hoping happens. But yeah, the first guy that fought, I don't know if the other guy has fought yet, but yeah, no, that guy was super proud of himself. Yes, I won my
Oh
first
yeah.
fight in the Olympics. Yeah, you're like, you're a fucking piece of shit,
What are you
dude.
proud of? You're a
It's
piece of shit.
fucking
Yeah, like
disgusting.
that's what a fucking loser.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
and
all you've
it's
managed to
fucking
do is absolutely nothing. Like
yeah, yeah, yeah. You were fucking mediocre at best as a fucking fighter in the men's division. There's no way you were even getting into the Olympics. But if you pretend to be a female for long enough, you can get into the Olympics and be, by far the best fighter because you're a man fighting women. But yeah, dude, the tough part of it is, any athlete has been preparing for the Olympics for almost their entire life, right? Like generally, they get on that pretty early and train and train.
yeah, oh yeah. They have no life. Like they're not like the gymnasts are starving themselves. The fucking
Hopefully, winning an
the
Olympic gold medal
dancers
someday.
or not dancers that like the weightlifters are doing like weights constantly. There's not a lot of fucking benefit for the people that are doing it. And they don't make a lot of money.
Yeah, not generally. Any of them, they get popular with the general, might get some endorsements or whatever, but for the most part, yeah, it's not much. But still, like, they do all that training, so I understand it's going to be incredibly difficult to want to say, yeah, I'm just going to forfeit because of this asshole. You know what I mean? So it's got to be a tough thing to fucking do. But again, weighing that against getting your face broken and potentially getting fucking killed in the ring, you would hope is enough of a deterrent. Because I'm really worried about what's going to happen if one of these women try to go the entire distance with these guys.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like if you've dedicated your life to that, and again, you might get.
And then
lucky,
you're just fucked.
2 or 3 Olympics ever in your life. Or you got to wait another 4 fucking years for the next one. So yeah, it's got to be tough. But again, it's fucking unfair. It's bullshit. So yeah, I was kind of hoping like this is almost certainly not going to happen. But I was hoping they're like, just don't fight. Look, we're going to do a tournament right after the Olympics, and we all know who the real gold medalist is going to be off of that other tournament. So again, not likely to happen, but that would be the ideal scenario in my mind. So we'll see. I don't want anyone to have to die.
I really hope that's not the case. That would be awful.
Yeah.
If somebody actually died.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But it's almost like that's what's going to happen. You know what I mean? Like, obviously they're doing it against all fucking common sense. So it seems like some poor woman is going to have to get beat to death by one of these guys.
Oh yeah.
Before they fucking are like, oh, I guess this was a bad idea. Yeah, I don't. It's just it's gross. It's fucking disgusting.
He likes to go all the way behind. Just stay close together so she has to fight the whole team.
Oh
What the
man,
fuck?
that was fucking voice chat. That's not supposed to be that loud. I've turned down to 20%, and it's still at 100% or more.
All right, interesting.
That was weird.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, like I said, it's again, you let ideology kind of overrule common sense.
Yeah, like just basic logical common sense. It's like you would think, but everybody just wants to.
Yeah, don't chase the Sombra. Just stay together as a group.
There was that volleyball player, trans woman volleyball player. and they didn't fucking like stop them from
epic switch time.
playing against women until he spiked a ball into a woman's face and broke her face bones and gave her a concussion. Like she didn't die. Luckily, they at least stopped before they actually killed someone with that. But he spiked the ball so hard into this bitch's face that it broke her face bones. Dude.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, men are
and
just
then they're like,
physically much more good at doing damage than women, especially to other people. Like it's not. It's not even close.
Yeah, exactly. That's why there's separate divisions for men and women in sports. That's why fucking football isn't co-ed, or basketball, or fucking whatever, any fucking sport, dude. That's why they're that's why they're separated into men's and women's divisions. Yeah, it's fucking nuts, man. But yeah, and they're just like, nope, everybody's equal. We'll live in a fucking Harrison Bergeron world, actually. We'll get everybody equal, however we have to.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous, man.
Yeah, it's definitely
was a good
well into absurdity territory.
Oh God, yes. The level of insanity for some of this shit is fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Like I mean, how do you look at this and not realize that it just doesn't make any sense? I get the whole wanting to be like, we want to be nice to everybody. Everybody, gets to feel good about themselves, and you should have self-esteem, whether it's justified or not. Like, all right, fine, I get it. I don't agree with it, but I understand where people are coming from. It's nice. But,
yeah.
But the thing that gets me is it's just like, you have to look at some reality at some point. You know what I mean? Like, at some point you have to be willing to say, like, well, this isn't true. Like, you can't.
Yeah, it is quite obvious that being born male as opposed to being born female is going to give you a physical advantage.
Yeah, you can't have a man and a woman boxing against each other and call it like a fair match. That's just not true. It's not fair.
Yeah, it's again insanity.
Oh man, but apparently a lot of the Chinese athletes are doping and they're not doing anything about it. And now China is leveraging, trying to say that the U.S. shouldn't be allowed to host any more Olympics if it doesn't bow down to the whatever the group is that's supposed to check for all that.
Oh wow! Oh, like the anti-doping, whatever.
The one that China basically controls.
Yeah.
And it's like, fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't agree. Like, that's silly. And also, the United States can do whatever the fuck it wants. What are you gonna do? You fucking cry about it? Because it's not gonna fucking matter.
Yeah, we want to be able to cheat, and the U.S. doesn't seem to want to let us do that.
Pretty much what it
they
comes
should
down
never
to.
get another Olympics. Yeah.
It's basically exactly what it fucking comes down to. But yeah, I don't know, man. That whole fucking thing is... I don't really pay attention to it. I think it's kind of dumb.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
I
haven't watched the Olympics in a long time.
Yeah, and it's nothing against anybody that's doing it. It's just the whole idea is kind of dumb, but I guess it's supposedly good for keeping the peace.
Yeah. Yeah, something. Yeah, maybe we'll go back to the boycotting, like how the U.S. was it the U.S.? Yeah, I don't know who did it first, but like the U.S. and Russia back in the 80s, like in back-to-back Olympics. Like one was in Russia, one was in America, back-to-back, and the Americans I don't remember which one's first, but they each took turns like boycotting the Olympics in the other country.
Oh yeah, that's not surprising during
Oh
the
yeah,
Cold
they just
War.
had yeah, especially early '80s. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so basically, it was like 1980 and then 1984, I think, if memory serves. But either way, yeah, that's what happened. They're like, "Oh yeah, you're gonna boycott ours? Well, we're gonna boycott in 4 years. So
We're gonna
take
boycott
that."
yours, Dad. You boycott everybody's boycotting everything. You know, yeah, essentially.
Yeah, pretty meaningless. Yeah, and I think actually Ted Turner, the guy that like started up like CNN and like TBS channels. You know who Ted Turner is, I assume. Yes.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay. Yeah, he came up with the Goodwill Games or whatever, which was like an alternate to all that. Like that was supposed to be more of the no politics kind of thing. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh really?
Oh yeah, yeah. No, that was the whole reason he started it, was because of what happened that between the. And I don't know if it was specifically that, but yeah, it was essentially another Olympics.
Well,
You
not to
know,
mention
not very-
if he was in control of it, it was going to be a lot of profit. You know.
Oh yeah, dude, the Olympics is fucking man. Even nowadays, when nobody really cares as much, they're making billions upon billions.
Yeah. So it could have been, you know, partially altruistic and partially just a profit. You know, like if I have my own alternative to the Olympics with no politics, you know, whatever, whatever it takes to sell it to the people.
Yeah, yeah. I assume, yeah, he definitely wanted to do it some kind of, you know, political statement or whatever.
Yeah.
But he also, yeah, I'm sure was okay with making a bunch of money doing it.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that was definitely the primary goal right there. It was there's no way that it wasn't about making money.
Indeed.
Oh, let's see here.
I wonder what he thinks about CNN nowadays. I mean, what he would
CNN,
think. I assume.
I don't watch it.
Yeah. Well, no. Again, I'm wondering. Ted Turner obviously like sold it or whatever before he died. He is dead, right? Ted Turner's dead, right? He's got to be.
Turner,
He's pretty old.
He might be dead.
I'm gonna Google it real quick just to make sure, but I think he's been dead a while. But anyways, yeah, like when he ran it was an actual news. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't super left wing slanted. Like it was seemed like it was a lot more about actually, you know, presenting the news to people, and not a political, you know, propaganda wing for either the left or the right.
Yeah, I don't know.
Ted Turner.
I think slowly as corporations got control over news media companies,
Oh shit, he's still alive.
Oh yeah. The internet's held up pretty solid. I think they really were
yeah,
done.
Ted Turner.
Oh, he's
Yeah,
still
Ted
alive.
Turner's still alive.
Okay. I thought you meant the stream.
Yeah, I know. He's like 85 years old. Still alive.
Fucking really? Wow.
Yeah. Hanging in there.
Yeah, it's fucking old. Oh man, just fucking. I had a good moment that was kind of funny playing Overwatch the other day. There's a group of people that play Overwatch with the karaoke server. So every once in a while I get a chance to get in and play with the group of them. And some younger guy in his early 20s apparently got into some sort of tournament, and he was collecting people, and one of the people in the group that normally plays was one of the people he was he asked to join him. And this dude lives in like Mexico, and he lives in a different time zone than the other guy. So there was some mistakes, and he was like a few minutes late for like a match or a practice thing or something. Not like an actual part of the tournament, but a practice thing. And so the guy was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, we're gonna have to get somebody else," you know. And then like a couple of hours later, he's like, "Oh no, the person canceled on us. Can you come back and join us?"
Oh wow.
And the other guy was like, no, I'm going to not do that. Thanks. I'm going to pass. Good luck on that, though. Have a nice day. He's like, you just threw me out over being like a couple minutes late, and it wasn't even like to the point where it affected anything. Like, I'm definitely not going to come back and play now. And the guy was just quiet for a minute as you could fucking hear his world breaking down around him. It was fucking funny because it was so like fucking cringe.
Yeah. There was like a slight misunderstanding.
It wasn't even a slight misunderstanding. It was more of a like, yeah, dude, you don't just fucking throw me away and then turn around and be like, no, come back. Like 2 seconds later, like, what are you talking about? That's fucking rude as fuck.
Yeah. It's pretty fucking ridiculous. Good on that guy, though.
Oh, it was so funny. He handled it with such class. He wasn't even mean about it. He was just like, yeah, I'm gonna not do that.
Right. Turns out you took all the fun out of this thing.
But you know what? It is what it is. I thought that was pretty funny though. Like his whole like, yeah, no, not gonna do that. That's not happening. Just like,
no, thanks for
and he
the
was
offer,
very
buddy,
calm about it too. That was the best part. Was just the level of calmness. It was just like he was just like, no, I'm gonna say no.
Right. Thanks for the offer, though, buddy. I'm gonna not do that.
Yeah, no, definitely a not do that kind of thing. I love that. I just threw you out 20 minutes ago, but hey, buddy, can you come back now?
God damn. Yeah. Oh, going back to the Mr. Beast thing, that guy that made the video that everybody's that did the exposed thing, I think his name's Poxy or something like Poxy, like Poxy or something. He went on with I don't know if you know who Ludwig is. Ludwig. He's like apparently really popular, but he's kind of an idiot.
No.
But anyways, he went on. Yeah, that guy went on. Like Ludwig was saying something about the guy, and then the guy was like talking shit in the chat or something. And he's like, "What do you want? Come on and talk about it." And then like when he came on, yeah, like that guy's kind of an idiot. The other guy, the guy that did all this, he just seems like a really dumb person. And he was doing this weird shit where like he was just being super combative and like just a super fucking smartass. And like Ludwig, who's again normally kind of an asshole apparently, was being pretty fucking reasonable, and the other guy being an asshole. Like that guy told Ludwig that he was controlled opposition.
Oh wow!
Like he literally said that out loud. Oh, whatever, you're controlled opposition. And he's just like, what the fuck, dude? And then he was being like, well, I can't answer certain things because NDA, I signed all this. And then he's like, well, I can't really ask you anything then. I mean, I don't know what the fuck to ask you. I don't know what's off limits and what's not. And then he was like, oh, no, you can ask me anything you want. I'll answer anything. I'll answer any question. Just don't ask me anything that I can't answer.
Just don't ask me anything I can't answer.
Like he wouldn't bother like clarifying that at all. Like even in general terms about what he could and could not talk about. He literally just said that. Oh no, I'll answer absolutely anything. I'm an open book. He said I'm an open book, and then said, just don't ask me anything I can't answer. And literally, like he was like, okay, well, what can't I ask you then?
Apparently
and he would
nothing.
not answer that question. Yeah. Apparently everything is off limits, but he's an open book and he'll answer any question.
Oh god, I hate that lie. Because people do that shit in when they're pulled up in front of Congress all the time. You get that same thing. Oh yeah, I'll answer any of your questions, and then they just systematically refuse to answer a single question.
Yeah.
Like, and most of the questions are really like basic shit. It's like, what's your fucking name? I'm sorry, I depends on the fucking day. Can't tell you.
Yeah, the Secret Service, the head of the Secret Service did that, didn't she? When she was in front of Congress?
Oh yeah. She was trying to fucking like. She wouldn't give any names. Essentially, there were a lot of people who were responsible for intentionally making that, deliberately fucking up the security of the event. They had people on there that shouldn't have been on there. It's actually supposed to be, your Secret Service agents are supposed to be taller than you. Like, there's legitimately, that is a thing that is supposed to be the case. Yeah, so you should never have had these like 5'10" women on his security, or like they look like 4'10", honestly. But they're supposed to be tall enough that they're over the top of your head, so then they body block. It actually does something. Whereas in the case
I get
of those,
that it's like, with Trump, but still, I'm sure you can find at least
a couple of those ladies just hid behind the fucking stage, like they didn't even get on him until like it was way too late.
Yeah, until a good, like once a couple minutes.
Yeah, once they shot back. Once they shot back and the guy wasn't able to shoot anymore, then they suddenly were like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna get up here and start protecting."
Yeah, now I'm gonna get on the dog. Yeah, now I'm gonna dogpile him.
So yeah, there was some real fucking fishy shit going on there, and I'm sure the Social Security person who's in charge of everything, or not the Social Security, Secret Service person. Who's in charge of everything should have some fucking idea what's going on, but mystically doesn't have any answers. It was just a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah. Look, I'm a diversity hire. I don't know how to actually do my job as head of the Secret Service.
Yeah, knowing how to do my job? What are you, crazy?
Yeah, it's crazy because, again, it's pretty obvious they were essentially trying to allow Trump to get fucking executed.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And nothing's gonna fucking happen.
Is like, that's Civil War territory right there. Like if that dude had succeeded, the odds of that not causing literally a civil war in the United States is almost zero.
Yeah.
Like you can't just be like, oh well, this is the group that doesn't agree with us, so they have no rights anymore. We can kill them if we want. Like that's insane.
Yeah. Yeah, it would have been the fucking JFK thing all over again.
Except a whole
there would be way
different
more,
level because people are
footage.
So mad right now.
Yeah,
I don't.
Yeah,
think
plus again, there'd be no way. Yeah, and I mentioned it back when Trump first became president. I'm like, I honestly believed that the only reason they hadn't executed him back then was the prevalence of fucking like camera phones and shit.
Yeah.
Like there's just way too many people that are going filming everything. Because with the JFK thing, there were multiple. Like the Zapruder is not the only film that exists of him getting shot and killed.
Oh,
like there's like 4. Yeah, there's like one that was from the other side that was actually shooting towards the grassy knoll, and that one got bought up by I forget, one of the news agencies, and that's just never really been like analyzed in depth.
Oh wow!
And like the original is gone, and there's only copies of it at this point. Like almost immediately, the original disappeared, and there was just shitty copies. Because again, copies of like that kind of shit in the '60s couldn't have been great.
No,
but dude, he was filming. Yeah, like he can actually you can pick out Zapruder where he's filming because they're on opposite sides of the fucking road. And again, he was shooting right from that area in the grassy knoll where most likely, one of the other gunmen was fucking shooting from.
Crazy.
So yeah, that disappeared. Yeah. Like the guy that shot, I forget the dude's name, but Yeah, it's better. It's better fucking footage, and but nobody fucking remembers that. I forget it a lot of the times, dude. Then I'm like, oh fuck, I forgot all about that. There's another film that the public has essentially never seen.
Yeah, that never got released.
Yeah, so again, getting back to the Trump thing, like there would be like fucking potentially thousands of people filming the assassination or whatever.
Oh yeah, there's no way.
Yeah.
I'm amazed
Like I said,
they thought that was going to work out.
Yeah, it was definitely a fucking Hail Mary. I think as soon as that, you know, the horrible debate happened, and like they tried everything, some shit, trying to, you know, obviously prosecuting him for political reasons and not for any real, you know, real meaning. That didn't work, or isn't working. And then obviously the debate was pretty obvious that, you know, nobody was going to re-elect fucking Biden. They're like, all right, let's try to kill him. And then when that didn't work, you know, very quickly Biden's like, okay, I'm out. Yeah, like right after that failed, Biden stepped down like within a week, right? Like 4 or 5 days later.
Oh yeah, not at all in any suspicious fashion.
Yeah, it wasn't running for re-election, I should say. He's still fucking president. But
yeah, there were people asking when Kamala was gonna take his place.
Yeah,
like, I'm actually, some of the people genuinely thought Kamala was taking over.
Yeah, I'm wondering. I think they still will. Honestly, I think they're still going to. Maybe with only like a week left or